Welcome back to the kitchen. What we're going to do today is we're going to have a crack at making some soft shell crab in a bit of a spice coating, sort of like the squid but with a bit of a bend on it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back down towards the sink and we're going to just quickly show you how to clean a soft shell crab. Soft shell crab is actually a blue crab, and it's a seasonal thing. What happens is they shed their shell, and basically for a very short period of time there's a soft shell on the outside while they're waiting for the new shell to come. Now, to clean a crab, the first thing you need to do is cut its face off. Now, I know that sounds a bit mean. Now, if you've got kitchen shears, that's a good way to do it. But look, essentially there's just too much bitterness in that little section, so we get rid of that. Alright, the next thing we do, grab hold of the apron here. The apron eventually is going to go as well. Lift this up at the back. And what we expose is this is the crab's breathing apparatus. This is how it actually gets oxygen out of the water. Alright, now I've just pulled a claw off there. I'm not going to worry about that. As I'll explain to you in a minute, the more surface area, the more crispiness, the more seasoning, the better. And I end up cutting the crabs in half anyway. So as you can see, both sides I've pulled off those little bits there. I have had it with those in before, just gets a little bit bitter. So now I'm just pulling out the innards. So innards gone, quick rinse, just like that. Now what I like to do is cut it in half. As I said, more surface area, more coating, more crispness, better for me. Okay, so taking this, I've got some crab up here that I've done earlier. I'll leave that one there. Okay, now what I've got here is, I've left it in the individual bowls so you can see what I'm using. Starting at the top, plain old table salt. Tonight I'm using corn flour. This is just chilli, just dried chilli that I've ground. We're going to go a little bit weird on this one. This is a bit of Parmesan cheese I'm putting in. This is the zest of 1 lime. And this is a Szechuan pepper and hot chili powder. Okay, now because I'm making this for more than one person who, not everyone likes hot chili, I love hot chili, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this out at first and put that in later to make mine. So if we just empty these ingredients, I've got a wok on the stove, and I just did what I wasn't going to do and put the chili in. That's alright, I'll fix it up. Okay, so what we're going to do is just work these in together with each other, get a bit of a mixture happening. The oil on the stove is corn oil, peanut oil, and a bit of canola oil. And the reason I've used a blend of oil is because of the flavours they bring. Peanut oil itself is great because of its high heat and all that sort of thing, but just tried to spice it up a bit and just do some different stuff tonight. Okay, so this is our spice coating. This is just egg white. Now I'm using the egg white purely as a glue to stick our spice coating on. What I'm going to do at this point in time as well is turn up the temperature on the oil just to get it going. Okay. Alright, as you can see, I'm just laying them in there. I'll come back to them in a moment and toss them around in the flour and make sure they've got a good coating of the flour and the spice. Now, you can season this to taste. As you can see, I don't cook with any measurements, so I just sort of look at it and think, yep, that'd be nice, or that wouldn't be nice. If you're not too sure, there's plenty of recipes on the internet. You can go and grab one and cook to a recipe if you're more comfortable with that, but I reckon the only way you learn is by having a crack, you know. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these crabs and pop them into my oil. My big wok there's pinging away with heat, it's doing well. Okay, so they're going to be in there for probably 3 or 4 minutes. The more heat the better. If you've got a high speed gas ring, that's great, use it because you're really going to want that heat. The heat allows it to crisp up, it allows it to cook the crab through without toughening the protein, and gives you a really good result. Just flip these over. Make sure they're getting under the oil. There's plenty of good places in Sydney. I love to go and get soft shell crab. One of them is the Palace Chinese restaurant. Another good salt and pepper soft shell crab was at the Royal Hotel in Bowral. Yep, there's lots out there. It's just a matter of going and finding a good one. I guess it's like lots of things. There's lots of people that make different things, but not a lot of people make good versions of a particular dish. I know you can't smell on a video, but I can tell you that the aroma of Sichuan pepper in the oil there that's coming off it is absolutely stunning. The Sichuan pepper has this fantastic effect. If you haven't tried it before, you really should give it a go. It actually has a numbing effect on your mouth, which, whilst it sounds really weird, like you wouldn't chew on a tube of lignocaine, but it's a really nice sensation when you're eating. One of the great things about soft shell crab is the textures you get. Textures are just amazing because you've got the crispy spice coating, you've got the smaller parts like the legs and the fins on the back that get quite crispy. The meaty parts of the crab still have a good flesh texture. So you get a whole range of experiences in every bite, which is just lovely. Okay, now they're probably cooked right now. What I'm going to do is just leave them in there for a second longer just to get a little bit more colour and a little bit more crispness, purely for the aesthetics of it, and for the crunch, I suppose. I like the crunch. The soft shell crabs, these particular soft shell crabs I got from a Asian grocery chain in Canberra called The Hub. I can highly recommend The Hub. They've got fantastic selection of all different, a range of different nationalities. Plus, on site they make fantastic fresh Vietnamese pork rolls or Saigon rolls. They're the best ones I've ever had, so can't recommend them highly enough. What I'm going to do at this point in time is I'm going to whip these out of the oil. Now I should have some paper under that really, by rights, to soak up oil, but we're lucky we're not a restaurant, eh? Okay. Turn that oil off. Now what I've done up here, I've prepared just a plate with just a bit of coriander, some Thai mint, some green mango, and some shallot that's just been sliced. This is really a simple dipping sauce. Now, with this, I know it goes across many cultures. I actually like that. I think that's a good thing. So in this particular dipping sauce, we've got some rice vinegar, which has a real sweet flavour, black vinegar, which is almost Worcestershire-like, and sesame oil. Sesame oil, you've got to be a little bit careful. Blended sesame oil is a bit more gentle than pure just sesame oil, so that's not a bad idea to go with that. Okay, so I'm just going to place these on the plate. Look at that nice big meaty claw, that'll be beautiful. Okay, so you can plate it up however you like. I suppose I would serve this with chopsticks, and I would get people to pick it up, dip it, maybe give them a bowl on the side that they can actually load stuff into, and then maybe spoon a bit of sauce on and then eat. But look, however you want to do it, give it a go. You can't really go wrong. Get in the kitchen, have some fun, enjoy your cooking.